we have studied about random and non-random sampling. Now, while doing large number of difficulties are you have to face large number of difficulties during the sampling procedures. These sampling procedures can be difficult, time consuming and expensive. Some difficulties encountered and how they are to be overcome to certain extent are given. There is lack of prior information. There may be no information on the nature of the distribution of desired property in the bulk material, raw material and bulk commodities. The examination of the previous data may often supply approximate but adequate estimates. Especially statistical studies may be required. More and more, the result of the studies on wide variety of products are being published may be found to be applicable to case in hand. Actually, what happened? We go for the sampling, but we are not having any prior information about the area, about the distribution of the particular sample. We don't have any desired properties that what we have to find out in a particular bulk material due to the lack of information about the area and the sample, about the nature of the distribution of the sample. You have to study about the information in the published material. Then second thing, we are unaware of the physical nature condition for the location of the material. We are not doing any studies prior for the location of the material. At the same time, we require large number of instruments. Sometimes we need polythene bags, materials. We have to check the temperature or we have to check the physical properties at the site. Even that things we don't select. Third thing, the randomness in the selection of unit may be impossible. For economically, it may be not possible, it may be not feasible. For example, we need large file of coal. Solution these problems, the solution for this is that you have to study about the sampling, sampling material, preparation of the sample, preservation of the sample, location of the to collect the sample, conditions at the location, what is the nature, how to reach there, and how to solve all these problems. You have to think and study prior going to that particular place for sampling. Sample the material before it filed. Planning for sampling at the proper time and the proper place is very often overlooked. Then you have to think about the effective cost to obtain a representative sample from a bulk material. Large number of units may have to be selected, which may involve direct and indirect expenditures that are prohibited. In such case, mixing and blending are effective in reducing the variation in composition of the material. This will result in the selection of less number of units and subsequent reduction in the cost of sampling. You have to decide the purpose of sampling, the what contamination or you have to judge the acceptability of the detecting contamination, identify the contamination, because one want to know whether the material from which the sample is drawn meet the requirements such as purchase or sale specification. For this purpose, the sample must accurately represent the whole quantity under consideration. Frequently, more than one sample is needed and analysis must be performed on each sample that is drawn sometime. It is possible to combine two or more samples for analysis. In such cases, samples are combined in proper proportion, detecting the contamination. The second purpose of sampling is to ensure the material under consideration is free from the contaminants. For this important purpose, it is usually preferable to sample in such a way that it gives maximum assurance of finding the contamination if it is present in a part of bulk material. Large number of problems are observed at the site. Then this you have to finally all the things must keep in mind before going for the sampling. There may be again sampling of gases having more problem than sampling of liquid and sampling of solids. It is more difficult for the sampling of gases. That is all about the difficulties which comes during the sampling. Thank you.